mad and really upset me. Tim Tebow has got as much or more talent than anybody anybody quarterback in the NFL, and the people that run him down because he loves Jesus and want him to quit talking about Jesus are the same ones that are calling Bruce Kylie Jenner a hero. Are you kidding me?
Oh boy, so
heroes are Jesus. Jesus gave his life for you. Heroes are our war veterans that are going out there and putting their lives on the line to protect our country. Heroes are our policemen and firemen and EMTs and first responders that are putting their lives on the line every day. I got friends and family members that are in those professions, and I'm telling you what, they are the heroes. Knowledge. K. In our ABCs, we're up to K. Knowledge. You don't get the knowledge if you don't open the book. If yours are sitting there dusty on the counter at your house, open them. I got some at my house that I don't open because they're different versions. When I need something out of it and I know what it is, I'll go to that Bible and I'll open it up and study it. My old blue one that I used to carry, Brittany, the one that has pages falling out of it, is in my library with about 5 or 6 other Bibles. Some of them are worn out, some of them are Bibles that I used to study with. And I will get them out and study them. I got a brand new one in a box that my cousin gave me after my grandma died. I always have that as a brand new Bible. Occasionally I may bring it here to preach out of it. It's one of those with the cool red letters and everything in it. But guys, use them. Your family Bibles that you're putting when events happen in your family. Update those, upgrade those. Keep them lined out so somebody knows about your family. Somebody knows when you got saved. Somebody knows when you was born. Now, lift. If we're really being good Christians, we're going to lift our brothers up in a time of need. Tuesday, I was getting ready to drive to work, and when I get over here by the little car lot, Willoughby's is over on the opposite corner, and I saw my buddy over there, and I just had to drive over there and give him a hug around his neck, because I knew he just lost his uncle, and I just found out that he lost his dad 3 weeks before. I lift him up. And when I saw him yesterday at the funeral, I said, if there's ever anything you need, you call me. Because I know your dad will take care of my boy. I know he will. Married. You look at him for lots of things, but those of you out there that are not married, that are unsatisfied with your dating lives.
Ladies, I'm open.
Ladies, I got my godson Brandon said
I
he
should put that out there.
was available. He want everybody to know.
Just kidding.
I'm going to tell you something.
Just going to say that.
Girls and guys, I'm looking Brandon in his eyes right now. Get married up with Jesus. Be just like this with Jesus.
You have to have an intimate relationship with Jesus before you can have an intimate relationship with anyone else.
Very good. Very good, Brandon. And if y'all didn't hear that, intimate relationship with Christ. When you're like this with Christ, He'll put the right person in your life. Now. There's no better time than now to make the decision that I'm cutting this out of my life. I want to be on the winning team. It don't make any difference whether you whether your team has a star on it, whether your team has a Steelers sign behind it, whether your team is the Cowboys or Sooners, it don't make any difference. Put your team with Jesus and go. O, oppressed. We get oppressed, not depressed, oppressed, and we feel like the weight of this building is coming down on us, and there's nothing that can change it. Go back and remember that Jay was Jesus. Ask, accept, believe, confess, deliver, educate yourself, forgive yourself, ask for forgiveness, become graceful, have hope, invite Jesus with knowledge, live, and marry up with Him now. Do them things, you will not be oppressed. How do we do this? Pray.
Praying is your best tool.
That is your best tool. After 460 years and 640 years, one person each time prayed that God would come help the nation of Israel, and He did. Took one try. I promise you, right here is where your heart's at. All right.
Everyone have a church, especially on Facebook, is it?
Alright.
You got to get your heart right. See you, Robert.
See it.
You got to get your heart right. And you can do that by praying. Jesus, I am a sinner. And I want to change. I want to ask your forgiveness. I want you to come into my heart and live. There's somebody that's going to see this video. And I promise you that you said, I need that to happen. Hey, send me a message on Facebook and I'll get you started with some resources. Now, qualify. Jesus qualifies all of us that think we are unqualified. Example. Noah was a drunk. He used him to build a ship. Paul was a murderer. He used him to change people's lives. You can look in every book of the Bible. There will be men that stand out that were right, and men that will stand out that were wrong. And He will qualify every one of them to be all that they could be. Some of them wouldn't take it because I'm the man. I got this. I'm leading the world. I lead the universe. I'm great. I'm awesome. I'm the best there is. I'm the baddest of the bad. Da, 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 da. And you can look at any book in the Bible, there was somebody in there like that. And by the end of the story, he got his tail handed to him. Read it. If you're one of those guys that's sitting in there, man, Chris Kyle's story of the Bible's not for me. I like to read about tough guys. You don't think there's not some battles in there? Open this book. They may not have been fighting with M16s and sniper rifles, but they are some battles to read about. And if you want to know who won, my God won. And He used some people that nobody else would have qualified. And when they walked up to the table, they got laughed at, some of them. And guess what? There's nothing in my life that I love better than having somebody laugh in my face and then hand their butt to at whatever game it was. I don't care if it was fist fighting or cards. And you'll hear me say this. If I say it once, I'll say it 10,000 times. Tell me the game. Read me the rules. I want to beat you at that game. I'm a competitor.
I'll play you with Magic and beat you, I guarantee it.
Yeah, you will. My best friend Aaron used to have this game called Allied and Axis.
Ooh, I love
I
that
could
game
never
so
figure
much.
out why Aaron liked Allied and Axis. But Aaron Thomas is in the military. He's been a police officer. He's been, among other things, he's been MP. That game has set him up for that.
That game is very
If I need to know that somebody's got my back, I'm proud that Aaron does. Now, I think only maybe one time I got close to beating him. And we played the game for 4 days.
You told me
During
about
a
this story. That you would
snowstorm.
go out and feed the animals, leave the game, you'd come back.
We'd leave the game, go out and feed the animals, come back in, cook supper, rest a little while, and then we'd get right back in the game.
Back in the game.
We get right back in the
That
game.
is a very fun game.
Now, he will qualify the unqualified or resurrect. You need to know that Jesus was born. At 30, he went through ministry for several years. He did all kinds of miracles with all kinds of people, and he died. And on the third day, he was resurrected. And after he met with his disciples, he ascended into heaven to save your soul. Sacrifice. God made the ultimate sacrifice for you. Sacrifice something for him. Think. Always be thinking how you can bring God or Jesus into the next conversation or person that you see. Think. That's T. You, uplift. Uplift people. I use lift and uplift. They're in the same category. But once you've been lifted, then you uplift. Once you've been lifted, then you uplift. Very. When two people go out and share God's word, the story that God gives them will vary. There's no variance in what happened. The variance will be in what the two bring. And those two bring what they bring so somebody can find out about him. Wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge are alike. You can get them if you're using them. Now, X. Brittany and I were sitting here trying to think of a word for X, and there's a lot of words, but we